Alright, what is going on YouTube? Tier 3 Globsz coming at you hot. Phase 2 of SOD has just dropped today. What we're doing is we're doing some dungeon grinding. I'm going to make a quick little video of how to tank a melee cleave in Stockades. So this is the run that it's the rundown that I'm kind of working with. For the runes, I decided to do Victory Rush on the gloves. I did Furious Thunder on the legs. And then I put Warbreaker on the chest. I'm sure people will be using other builds aside from this, but I've been doing this for about 6 hours now. This is what I found to be the best for my playstyle. The weapon that I will be using is the Fathom Blade from Black Fathom Depths. That is the raid, the 25 raid. Reason I use this one, it has a lot of damage and it also does a blast of AOE and increases my hit chance as well. So I'm kind of just rocking with this right now. I'm actually level 29, about to hit 30. Here is the talent build that I'm running as well. I went and improved Cleave. A lot of people don't use it, but I'm doing melee Cleave with a Feral and a Ret Paladin. So that Feral is going to be giving me Wind Fury procs, so I get extra hits, extra attacks. So what we're doing is we're kind of just doing 2 rooms at a time. Reason being, we've been doing this for a while, so we kind of all know the routes. So the rotation that I'm kind of doing is I'm piercing howling just to slow them all, and then demo shout and thunderclap. I'm spamming thunderclap just to get threat on everything because of the Furious Thunder. That rune gives me a shit ton of threat. So I'm basically just spamming that, and everyone else is kind of just pumping damage, as you can see. This is the comp that I love. You can change the Warlock around with something else, like a Mage, maybe a Hunter, another Ret, another Warrior. But if you're doing a melee cleave, you'll absolutely want to get a Druid in the group because of the Wind Fury procs. So it is kind of a pain in the ass in here. Each section, all the mobs have different abilities, and they all just slow you. So it is kind of annoying tanking, but you just kind of got to be in sync with your healer. I'm actually in Discord with him, so it makes it a lot easier. We're kind of nerding out today, but yeah, it makes everything a lot easier if you're in communication. I have the star on him. I'm looking at where he's at all times. Make sure when you're tanking to keep the mobs a certain radius away from him, away from your healer, because the mobs actually do tab target kick. So you got to be aware of that. And make sure that whenever you get the mobs to about 25% HP, that you piercing howl them, so when they're running away from you, it's just a lot easier to finish them off rather than them going into another room and pulling a bunch more mobs. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, just do a few runs. I'm not too worried about my health right now. I know that my healer's got me. He's right there. He actually has a bubble here, so he didn't get kicked. But he still has lay on hands from me, so I'm not worried. I do have free action pots as well. I haven't had to use any in here. I just don't really worry about it. This is not hardcore, so I mean, if you die, you die, but we have 3 reses in here, so I'm not worried. But then again, to the rotation, piercing howl them when they're low, so when they're running away, and when you pull them as well, just to kind of give yourself some space. And I just hit level 30, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go probably intercept, just for when I get into Scarlet Monastery. I'm gonna be stancing and trying to pull as much stuff as I can and keep as much distance. So, I mean, it's pretty easy though. Just piercing howl, thunderclap when they're on radius, and then demo shout. Just spam thunderclap once you got everything rolling, as you can see here. I went this talent build for that reason. Which one is it? It just benefits me because we were doing triple room pulls and I really wasn't taking that much damage because I was just getting pocket healed. But yeah, this is the build that I found to be the best after running Stockades for 5 hours and kind of losing my mind. My eyeballs are hurting right now, but it's been a long day. We're about 2 cups of coffee deep. We're getting it done. After this run, we're actually going to Scarlet Monastery. We're going to spam Graveyard for about 2-3 levels and then hit Library. Library, not Library. It drives me crazy when people say that. But yeah, I mean, it's really simple. You just gotta kind of run it a few times, get to know the comp that you're running too. That helps a lot. But as a warrior, you're definitely gonna want a Feral Druid for Alliance, or yeah, actually a Feral Druid on both factions because they do the same effect. I actually forgot what the ability is called. I'll check in a second, but there it is. Wild Strikes. So that acts as Wind Fury for new players to SOD who probably didn't play Phase 1. They didn't have time. But yeah, you're definitely going to want that. And as you see, the Ret Paladin is just pumping. The reason I like Ret Paladins is because they have Divine Storm and they have Devo Aura or Ret Aura, and it's just more damage overall. And every time that the Ret uses what's it called? Divine Storm. Every time that he uses it, it actually heals me as well, so it helps our healer out a little bit. This guy, Dextrin Ward, be careful because he does fear everyone around you. So if my whole team gets healed and I get broken out of it, what I'll do is I'll just Piercing Howl spam and kite the mobs until my healer gets out of the fear. The Warrior's great. I love what they did with SOD and the runes. I mean, they brought the class back. I love Warbreaker too. Makes everything easier. You can charge in combat in whichever stance. Same thing, we're getting Intervene and Intercept, I believe, is at 30 or 35. I'm not sure. You get Berserker stance at 30. I'm not going to rush to that yet, but I'm going to do it once I get Whirlwind, which is at level 36. So you'll absolutely want to do that. I'm probably not going to farm the Whirlwind weapon. Just don't care for it. I know it's really good, but it's early in the phase, and I'm sitting on a solid 15 gold right now, so it's not worth it. But we're gonna lock in here. We're gonna do some bigger pulls after this one, and I'll show you guys how the comp works, how to tank as a warrior. So go ahead, tune in, chill. You can skip through some parts. I mean, we're kind of on autopilot right now. And make sure to keep your battle shout up, help the team out a little bit, and kind of just lock in for a few hours and get through it. It's quite easy. Just make sure Piercing Howl. I can kite this out. My team may grab aggro, but it's okay. These guys actually, they do stun you. I'll get stunned right here. There it is. And then they do put Rend on you. I'm a dwarf, so I'll just Storm Form. What the fuck's it called? Stone Form. I did get Lay on Hands there. In vanilla, Lay on Hands gives you 30% armor buff for 2 minutes, which is nice, so I can kind of do a fat pull after this. But it is a 1 hour cooldown, and it kind of does your healer. But what they added for Ret/Holy Pallies, you have Crusader Strike now, and it doesn't cost mana, it actually gives you mana. So you can see my Pally kind of weaving in and out right there. And he's just spamming Crusader Strike off cooldown, getting mana back, and it kind of stops us from having to stop and drink after every pull. And when you are tanking big packs and you do have them all gathered up, don't just sit on one target, just clicking your shouts and everything. Kind of click through everyone, watch the health, and spam Cleave just so you're kind of spreading your aggro all over. So we were originally pulling the boss with the 2 side rooms. Make sure to look into the rooms when you're in there and see where the boss is, because the boss they do kind of crank, especially this last one here. I mean, that's kind of it. That's kind of a run through of Stockades. It's quite simple. Try to use your retaliation off cooldown. I mean, you'll just absolutely pump with it. For bosses, you could disarm them as well. It is really useful, especially if you're not level 30. I mean, this guy, he hits really hard. Even if you're level 27, make sure to use some sort of button on him. So we're going to do a big pull. We'll pull this room and the one behind us, and then we'll save the boss for last. Stockades is really easy. You can do 5 runs within 1 hour. If you do faster runs than that, you will get locked out for maybe 10-15 minutes. but we didn't run into that problem. We kind of just zoomed through everything. Yeah, there'll be more videos coming. Follow the channel, subscribe. YouTube, it's free. You just get notified if we do post a new video. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching.